Hi, this is Danielle from Everybody's National Parks. I'm here with Ivan Levin, the Director of Strategic Partnerships at the National Park Trust, and also adjunct faculty at George Mason University, School of Sport, Recreation, and Tourism Management. Hi, Ivan. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Hi, great to be here. Thank you for having me.
I have Ivan here for a very special reason. On May 16th, it is Parks to Kids Day. So I've invited Ivan to talk about what the National Park Trust has planned. But before we get into that, Ivan, I'd love to hear a little bit about what the National Park Trust does.
Yeah, thank you. So the National Park Trust is a national 501c3 nonprofit, and we have a mission of protecting land and getting kids and youth outdoors. And we do that in a couple of different major ways. You know, on one side of the house, we have worked for more than 30 years on land protection. So we work exclusively with the National Park Service on protecting national parks and helping fill in those Swiss cheese private land holdings and turn those over to the National Park Service as they become available. About 10 years ago, or a little over 10 years ago, we got into youth programming. And since that time, we've developed a number of in-depth and wide programs that engage kids and families in outdoor participation in all kinds of parks across the country, whether that's local, state, or national parks. And through that, we have two really main signature programs. The first is called our Buddy Bison School Program. Our Buddy Bison School Program works with 100 schools across the country, engaging more than 25,000 kids, all from Title I elementary schools, engaging them in 2 to 3 different park outings throughout the year, really helping teachers with supplemental lesson plans and curriculum to really breathe life and color into these different park experiences that kids can have across the country. Another way that we engage kids is through one of our largest signature programs called Kids to Parks Day. Kids to Parks Day has been going on for 10 years now. In fact, 2020 is the 10th anniversary of the program. And it's a great way to get kids and families all across the country engaged. As an example, last year we had more than 1,500 events that took place across the country, typically always on the third Saturday of May, and we had more than 1 million people come out and celebrate the day.
That is fabulous. Before we talk more about that, Buddy Bison, can anyone have Buddy Bison, or is it just for those school programs?
Yeah, Buddy Bison is a school program, and it is meant for Title I elementary schools across the country. We do work with some middle schools as well, but ideally it's meant for Title I elementary schools.
I see. Great. Well, I guess unfortunately this year, due to the coronavirus, you can't have all those amazing events that you had last year and over the past 10 years. So, how has the National Park Trust shifted this year?
Yeah, COVID-19 has obviously affected all of the work of the National Park Trust. Not only are we all working remotely and not getting to be in parks like we typically would be this spring, all of our Buddy Bison school trips, unfortunately, have been canceled, for the remainder of the academic year and have been since the middle of March. But with Kids to Parks Day, we actually saw this as an unfortunate opportunity. We know that across the country, there's a general stay-at-home order. And we knew that it's important for kids and families to still find ways, even in their own backyard or even out of their own windowsill, to connect with nature and the outdoors. And so, due to COVID-19, we did have to change Kids to Parks Day from being event-based, as I mentioned, events across the country, to now evolving into Parks to Kids Day, which is kind of a natural evolution, where it's going to be all about bringing the parks to kids, whether, again, it's their backyard, their neighborhood trail, or out their windowsill, providing kids and families with all sorts of ways that they can connect with the outdoors, whether it's through scavenger hunts or backyard bingos, or learning about fossils while sitting on their in their yard, or also participating in all sorts of virtual tours and distance learning opportunities at more than 180 national park sites across the country. There's all sorts of ways to connect with parks on Parks to Kids Day.
That is so great. So, can you tell us a little bit about what the National Park Trust has prepared?
Yeah, absolutely. So we really, like I mentioned, realized at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, this was an opportunity for us to really bring nature and parks to people at home. And so we've developed a number of unique Buddy Bison at home activities that allow kids to connect with nature. We've also updated our mobile app, which is called Park Passport, downloadable on the Apple Store as well as Google Play. And you can, like I said, earn digital badges and find all sorts of parks across the country. But specifically for Parks to Kids Day and obviously after, we've added a new tab that has a map of 180 different park sites across the country. And in those 180 park sites, you can connect to online junior ranger badges, you can connect to virtual tours, Google Earth tours of some of those well-known national parks, other Google tours of smaller national parks, educational videos, multifaceted educational exhibits all through the app. And so all of this is kind of leading up to Parks to Kids Day.
That's so great. I was touring the app yesterday and seeing lots of fun things for my kids to pick out to do. So, how are you able to give us a little tour and show us what we can expect and what we should look for?
Yeah, I sure am. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, and we'll go ahead and start with the website. So you should be able to see my window here. And this is the Parks to Kids Day or Kids to Parks Day homepage. So if you just go to kidstoparks.org, it'll take you to our landing page. And the first thing I want to point out, in case I haven't already said it, is that Parks to Kids Day is May 16th, 2020. So it's coming up here in a little less than 2 weeks. And as I mentioned, due to social measures, this year it's all about bringing parks to kids and families. And we're doing that through providing a number of different family resources. So straight from the website, you can hit either family resources at the top or click on Get Started Here. And when you do that, it'll take you right to our family resources page. And you can see there's a number of different resources for all kinds of families across the country. Whether you want to do a backyard bingo, which has 24 activities all in one, or if you want to do a backyard scavenger hunt, there's crossword puzzles about animals of national parks. You can learn about the food web. You can build a diorama. You can color different national park scenes from across the country. You can design nature collages. You can do leaf rubs, and you can even go on adventures with Buddy Bison. So there's lots of great resources here available on our website under family resources. The other big thing that you can do from our website, straight from the homepage, is either on the top right-hand side, you see download our app, or if you just go down the page just a little bit, you'll be able to get directly to the Apple Store or Google Play. But if you go ahead and look at the app, which I'm going to share with you now, it's a new way to earn badges, experience national parks, and again, really celebrate Parks to Kids Day on May 16th. So I'm just going to switch my screen here, and I'm going to show you the Park Passport app. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of mine here, just so that you can see exactly what our app looks like. And so when you download Park Passport, you'll see that this app was developed in partnership with Blue Star Families. Blue Star Families is a national nonprofit that works with all sorts of active military families across the country, engaging them in all sorts of ways to make their lives better. They realized a few years ago that parks were an important way to enrich the lives of those military families. And so in partnership, we developed the Park Passport app. So once you download the app, you can go ahead and log in. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Of course, that didn't work as neatly as I thought it would. Just one moment. We're going to go ahead and log in, and you'll see that you'll get to your welcome screen. You can learn all about the app, and you just hit Get Started. So there's a couple things to note here on the app. Number one, if you click on the All Parks app, and I'm going to zoom out here, you're going to see all of the national 460 plus national park units across the country. And if you zoom in a little bit more, you'll see those kind of larger numbers there. If you click on those numbers and zoom in, you'll see that it will not only show you national park sites, but you'll also be able to see a number of different local, state, and national park sites depending on where you're located. The green dots indicate state and local parks, and the larger tree icons indicate national park sites. So once you visit a park, you can click on the name of that park, and you can learn all about what that park has to offer. You can get directions to that park based on your location. And you can also get a digital badge in your passport. So you just and click on add to passport, enter the date of your visit. We're going to go with today. And click on any of the activities. Let's say that I did some hiking at Prince William and I click add to passport. That automatically added a passport to my digital passport here within the app. If you then click on the passport tab at the bottom there, you'll see that I've earned a number of different badges from national park sites across the country, from state and local parks across the country. And then you'll also see in just a moment how I've earned badges for my virtual visits and virtual junior ranger badges as well. You can also earn unique activity badges depending on the activities that you selected at each park that you have visited. Now, not only can you do this in real time when you're actually visiting a park, but you can also go back and say, you know, I was at Rocky Mountain National Park last summer. I'd love to get my digital badge. You can go back to that park, click add to passport, select the date that you visited, and you will earn that badge that will appear right there in your digital passport booklet. So the newest features for Parks to Kids Day is really under virtual visits. So if you look at the bottom of the app, you'll see the tab that says virtual visits. They're highlighted in blue. So as I zoom out, you'll see a map of the United States. And you'll see that there are 180 parks that are highlighted specifically on this map. Each one of those national park sites has a V with the icon. That indicates that there's some sort of virtual experience that you can participate in on Parks to Kids Day. So I'm going to take a park. Let's go visit Rocky Mountain National Park outside of Denver, Colorado. So I'm going to find that park on my map, as you can see, and you can see it says Rocky Mountain National Park. Not only does it look like the previous tab that you saw, add to passport, and it looks like I'm about 1,500 miles away, so just a little bit outside of my neighborhood. You can see that you can also upload photos of your experience, whether in real time or if you're backdating a trip. But what I want to focus on are these virtual visit references down here at the bottom. So you'll see, excuse me, specific to Rocky Mountain National Park, you can go on a Google Earth tour. If you click on Google Earth, well, let's see, that one's not opening at the moment. If you click on live webcam, it's going to take you to the live webcams at Rocky Mountain National Park. So you can see there, you can actually see the webcams at Rocky Mountain National Park in real time. I'm going to go back and just show you two other examples. You can also check out the virtual exhibits that the park offer straight from the app as well. Things like photos and videos and blogs and other multimedia presentations. And then lastly, you can also connect to Junior Ranger booklets that can be downloaded, completed at home, mailed to the park in order to receive your Junior Ranger badge. So you'll see just clicking on that link, it takes you to the Junior Ranger page. You can get right to the Junior Ranger page there, find the link to the downloadable Junior Ranger booklets as you see on your screen, click on the booklet, and it's going to open up that PDF for you. You can download it, complete the activities, mail it back to the park in order to receive that badge. So again, all from the palm of your hand, all straight from the Park Passport app. A couple other things just to highlight on the app is that obviously you have a profile. You can also invite friends, and that's one of the other really cool features is that you can connect with friends and you can actually see what pictures they've uploaded through their national park experiences. So I'm looking at my friend Susie, my great partner at Blue Star Families. Not only can I see the images that she's uploaded from different national park experiences, but I can see the badges that she's earned and the different parks that she has visited. So just a really great way to connect family, connect with friends, experience parks virtually, experience parks in real life when we're out of quarantine, and a great way to build your badges up in your park passport.
That is so cool. Thank you so much for that tour. I loved it. And I'm virtually visiting Rocky National Park right now. I choose my virtual background depending on the day where I feel like visiting.
Excellent.
So I look forward to checking that out and working with my kids on the Junior Ranger booklet. That will be a lot of fun. That's amazing. And I noticed just playing around on the app, some of them have the park movies that you can see. So it's a really great resource and amazing to just go all to one spot and have access to all of that in one place. I love it and can't wait to explore it more and share it with everybody. Thank you so much for that tour, Ivan.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So, where is there anything else you would like to share before we sign off? And what will you be doing on May 16th?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, I'd love everyone to remember the date. So next Saturday, May 16th, please get outside in a way that feels appropriate. Embrace what you can do outdoors, depending on your geographic location and following any CDC recommendations. So just experience the outdoors on Parks to Kids Day and tell your friends and family about it. And also share those experiences on through any of your social channels. You can either use the hashtag Parks to Kids or tag National Park Trust so that we can see what you guys are doing on Parks to Kids Day. And personally, I'm going to be building a mini park with my family. We're going to be rolling out actually an activity the week leading up to Parks to Kids Day, encouraging families across the country to build a mini park, whether that's in their living room, it's on their back deck, it's on their balcony, their parking spot on their city street. We're going to encourage people to build a mini park so they can experience parks on Parks to Kids Day. So that's what I'll be doing with my family in my backyard.
I love that. My kids talked about that too. So I think that's what we will be doing too. They want to make, they call it Backyard National Park.
I like it.
Great. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you today, Ivan.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.